To all those people watching, I would like to remind everyone that this video is not made strictly for kids. It is for older fans and adults too. Enjoy the fucking video! This video is brought to you by my loyal patrons. Register now at any tier to watch new videos 1 month in advance before they're made public. Link is in the description. One day, the fat controller came to see Thomas, Toby and Percy. I shall be placing a weight limit at the Valley Bridge for a while. Percy and Toby, you're alright to cross it, but Thomas, I'm sorry, but you are too heavy for it. Thomas was sad. I understand that you have to be away from the branch line again, but don't worry. You won't be shunting in the yards like last time. How would you like to go and help Edward? Can Annie and Clarabelle come too? Asked Thomas. I'm sorry, but Percy will be looking after them, replied the fat controller. Toby and Henrietta can't carry all the passengers on their own. He was still sad when he arrived at Edward's station. Why don't I take you to see Bill and Ben? He said. This cheered Thomas up a bit. He always heard about Bill and Ben, so the two engines puffed down the line to see them. When they arrived at the yards, Edward introduced them to Thomas. But to Thomas's surprise, they were laughing. Oh dear, not another blue engine, said Bill cheekily. First you, then Gordon, and now him. Why can't the fat controller paint engines a proper colour? Like us, for instance. Thomas hissed steam indignantly. Let me tell you, he began. All right, you two, laughed Edward. Go and move those trucks, or there won't be room for any more. So Bill and Ben, unabashed, scampered away to sort out the yard. Thomas was still crossed by their rudeness. You just don't have to take the two seriously, explained Edward. They can be cheeky and troublesome, but they're not bad engines. I wish I knew how you deal with them, said Thomas, smiling ruefully. One morning he was taking some trucks to Edward's station. Down the line, Trevor the traction engine was taking a load of milk, butter and eggs to a nearby bakery. His cart was getting on in years, and as he was about to go over the crossing, the axle broke. Jem Cole got down and saw the problem. If we don't move, he said, that milk will be churned to butter soon. He went to the signal box to find a phone until... It's Thomas! Gasped Trevor. It was. He wasn't going too fast, but then he saw the cart and applied the brakes. Jem managed to free Trevor and move him away as quickly as he could, but it was too late for Thomas. He hit the cart with a crash. Wood, milk, butter and eggs flew everywhere and landed all over Thomas. Ugh! He groaned. But when everything had settled, they all laughed. What a way to make an omelette! It's not funny, snapped Thomas. We're sorry, Thomas, replied his driver. We'll clean you up in the yards. They did, but Bill and Ben saw him, and they both laughed at the sight. Thomas was now doubting Edward's words about them not being bad. A few days later it began to rain, but work was still carrying on. Near the clay pits there's a hollow known as the drain, and it gets flooded in bad weather. Ben was taking some trucks when he plunged into the drain. His fireman went for help. Thomas was the only engine in the yard as the fireman came in all drenched and told him about Ben. Thomas didn't want to help him, but knew that the clay would be delayed, and so he freed him from the flooded drain. Thank you, Thomas, replied Ben. I'm sorry that Bill and I teased you. The flood kept the twins apart for a few days, and Ben missed his twin, but Thomas kept him in good company until the water had been cleared, and Bill and Ben were at last reunited. I'm sorry for my teasing too, Thomas, said Bill. Thank you for looking after Ben for me. It would be very ungrateful if we teased you again. Apology accepted, replied Thomas, and he and the twins got on well until it was time for Thomas to leave. He was glad to be home, but often thought of the twins and how nice they were.